Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel RF Design Basics. So in today's video we are going to simulate the stepped impedance low pass filter for maximally flat response, and the calculation of width and length of the stepped impedance filter we have done in our previous video. The link of that video is available in the description below, and we have found these values of length and width. So based on this length and width, we are going to define our substrate dimension. So we can see, as length will be keep on adding with each other, so total length requirement is 27.64 only for the 6 sections of the capacitor and the inductor. Apart from that, we need to have port on both the side. That is why we are going to choose dimension more than this. So I am going to choose a 40 mm long substrate, and we can see the width, maximum width is 11.1 mm. So our substrate width should be more than this, and we are going to choose it as 20 mm. So here we are going to choose a rectangle having size 40 cross 20. What we are going to do is we are going to start from here, so that our dimension will be in this direction. We'll put the dimension here. So let us take the dimension as in x direction we are taking 20 mm. So I will start from -10 comma, in y direction we have to take 40, and I will start from 0, and z direction we are having at the ground plane, so it is 0. So in x direction we have 20 mm, that is width, and in y direction we will take 40 mm. So that will be the length of substrate, that will be the length of ground plane, and click OK. We can name this rectangle as ground plane. And we can bring it into the window. So this is our ground plane. Next, same size box can be drawn over here. So same size box we are going to draw, and height of the box should be 1.6 mm. So height of the box we are going to change, rest of the things will be same, 1.6 mm. The dimension is -10, 0, 0, 20, 40, and 1.6 is the height of the substrate. So box height will be 1.6. Now assign this box as, this box is substrate, or we can name it as FR4. Then material also we have to edit. The material should be FR4, because we have taken this material for calculating width and length for value of 4.4 dielectric constant. So we can see here the material is assigned for this box. Now over the box we have to draw different size of patches one by one, so that we can complete the filter. Let us come back to this point. Here it is 27.64. So both side we are going to have a 50 ohm line. So for 50 ohm line we have two sections of 50 ohm line. So we'll take equal to 40 minus 27.64. So this value will be 12.36. So 12.36 is due to both side 50 ohm lines. We can divide it by 2 to get this value, divided by 2 to get the length of 50 ohm line, that is 6.18. So length of 50 ohm line will be 6.18 mm. So this can be used for drawing the first line. Also the width of 50 ohm line is approximately 3 mm for this substrate having dielectric constant 4.4 and height 1.6. So first of all we are going to draw rectangle, and that will be starting from the middle of this. That means in x dimension we have to take a negative value. So for 50 ohm let us draw the rectangle. And here we can edit the dimension of rectangle. So first one will be 3 mm, that means minus 1.5 mm will be the x coordinate. Then y coordinate, it is starting from 0, so y coordinate will be 0, and z coordinate should be 1.6 because we are doing it on the top of substrate. Then x size will be 3 mm minus 1.5 into 2, so 3 mm, and y size will become 6.18 as we have calculated here. So this 6.18 we can put here and click OK. So we have drawn the first rectangle here. Now next rectangle is having size. This is the length of the rectangle and width of the rectangle is 11.1. So let us start from there. Now here the 6.18 is the length of that rectangle, so next point in y will be 6.18. So let us name the rectangle 1 as ground plane. So I'll just put G and D plane, so it is ground plane. And then rectangle 2 we are going to put this as 50 ohm line. So next we are going to have the capacitor. So for that dimension is given as 11.1 and 1.6. 11.1 is the width and 1.7 is the length. So let us draw this, and the dimension of this we can give as minus 11.1 divided by 2 comma 6.18 is the starting point of the next rectangle, then comma 1.6 is the height of substrate, and x size should be 11.1 and y size is 1.7, so 1.7. So we have got the second rectangle here. We can see the front view by clicking on view, modify attributes, orientation, and here we can say top, apply to view. So we can keep on seeing the addition of the rectangles. So the next rectangle is width is 0.408, that is very narrow width, then length is 5.46 mm. Now the starting point of next line will become, first was 6.18, so here we are going to add 1.7, so this will be the y position of the next line, and then 5.46 will be the length, and this is 0.408 width of the line. Let us make it. So for the new rectangle, this we can name it as C1, and then we can copy C1 itself for the L2. So Control C and Control V, we have this C2, and this one we can name as L2, and the dimensions will be here. In place of 11.1 we will write 0.048, 0.408 divided by 2, and the next dimension we have calculated here should be 7.88. So here we will write 7.88. Other things will be changed here, 0.408. and y size will be, y size we have calculated as 5.46, that is length of the line. So 5.46, click OK, and we have the another line which is very narrow. Then we will copy C1 and paste it again. So this is C2, I will name it as C3, and the dimension here we have to change only the dimension of the length. So for length dimension, again we will go back to this and we will add the 5.46 here plus 5.46, so that we will get the next starting point, and that is 13.34. So we will write here next as 13.34. Then the dimension is 6.36, so we'll put 6.36 for C3. Click OK, and we have the another section added here. Then we'll copy L2 and paste it here. So this name is L3, we will change the name as L4, as this is the fourth section. And for L4 we are going to change this 7.88. so we had previous value as 13.34. so here we will add, after adding 6.36, what is the next starting point? So next starting point is 19.7, so we will put 19.7 here, and the length will be, for the L4 calculated length is 7.46, so 7.46 can be written here. Okay, so the next line is added here. Then we are going to copy C3 and paste it here, so it will become C4, and we will change the name as C5. Click OK, and then we will change the dimension. We will change that from here. The value will be, add 7.46, this value in this, we will get the next starting point, 7.46. So in place of this we will write 27.16, and the value is 4.66 for this, so we'll take 4.66 here, and we will have the next section. Now copy the last length L4 and paste it here. This will become L6. We'll name it as L6. Click OK, click on plus, create rectangle, and here we have to change the value in middle. So far we have added up to 7.46, so next we will add 4.66, so plus 4.66, and we will get the value as 31.82, and this 31.82 will be the starting point for next 2 mm line. So we can put here 31.82, and length of line will be 2 mm. Click OK. So this line is drawn. Now at last we have to put 50 ohm line again. So copy that line, Ctrl C, and paste it here itself. So you'll get another 50 ohm line for the right side. So you can name this as 50 ohm line underscore 2. So this 50 ohm line we are going to have the width and length. Width is already given, just starting point will change now, and that we will calculate from here. 31.82 will be added with plus 2 mm. So this is 33.82. So we'll put 33.82. Y size will be same, 6.18. And if we add 33.82 and 6.18, we will get 40 mm. That means our dimension is perfectly correct, and we'll click on OK. So this is how we have constructed this, and now we will select all the sections. Before selecting, we can select from here also all the sections. So all the sections are selected, and now we can merge it from here. It will be united. So now it is united and it is on the top, and this united name we can choose as, this is the top patch. And this top patch should be assigned as perfect E. So this will be perfect E. This is assigned. Next is we have another unassigned material, ground plane. Ground plane we are going to assign as perfect E. So this will be assigned boundary and perfect E. Now we have to draw a radiation box which should be more than 20 cross 40. So we'll take a box and give the dimension of this box, and this radiation box will have the dimension of, if we have more than 20 and 40, I will take 30, 50 and 50. So minus 15 comma minus 5 comma, for Z direction we will take minus 25. So X direction we are making 30 mm long, so minus 15 is starting point, so 30 in X direction. Then in Y direction already size is 40 mm. I have taken negative minus 5, so we have to take negative positive 5 also, so we have to take 50 mm here, and in Z we are going to have 50 mm. So this will cover the entire structure, and we can give this box as radiation box, assign boundary and put it as radiation boundary. Click OK. Here we will change the material as air, assign material, and we will put air. Now we will hide the box from here. The box is hidden. Next is the port assignment, and we are going to do the port assignment on both the side. So we will change this to XZ plane so that we can draw a rectangle for the port. So we'll check the rectangle, it's 3 mm, 1.6 is fine. Then same rectangle can be copied and pasted for the other side. So I'll just copy it and paste it. We'll get the second one. Here what we have to change is, in place of 0 we have to just put 40, so that it will be on the other side. So we can see we have rectangle on both sides, this side also as well as this side. So now we can assign the excitation. Click here, right click, assign excitation, and we will give the lumped port. Next, and draw a line. For drawing line, one triangle will come, other side also we will have a triangle, and click on that. Next, finish. Then go to the other side. Here also we will select the rectangle and right click, assign excitation, lumped port. Next, draw the integration line, and next finish it. As you know that this was designed for cutoff frequency of 3 gigahertz for an order of 6, so we will just run it for 1 to 10 gigahertz. Here we have analysis setup, add solution setup, and we'll just put 3 gigahertz as solution frequency, and then click on the analysis setup one, right click, add frequency sweep, and here 1 to 10 gigahertz is fine, display here, and OK. Now we'll clear all the messages here, and then we will check it again whether my design is validated or not. So here design is validated. We can simulate it to check the result and cutoff frequencies, and it started simulating. So our simulation is completed, and we can check the result from results. Right click on that, create model solution data report, and then rectangular plot, and we are going to plot S21, which shows the transmission from port 1 to 2 in dB. So new report, we can see here our design is having a low pass characteristic, and we can find out the cutoff frequency here, which should be at 3 gigahertz as per our design. You can put that marker here. So at 3 gigahertz the value is minus 8.26 dB. So there is some deviation. We can find out where is our 3 dB point, because we take that as a reference for calculation. So this is our 3 dB point approximately. So this value is coming around 2.6 gigahertz. So we can say that this low pass filter is having cutoff frequency of 2.6 gigahertz, and this shift in frequency is also due to the substrate selection and the calculation what I have made for width and length. In that, the loss tangent of material is not considered. If the loss tangent of material is considered, there will be some change of width, and we can find out the cutoff frequency as 3 gigahertz. So I hope this video will help you in understanding the design of stepped impedance low pass filter in HFSS. Thank you.